My name is Rogier. I'm a writer, a musician, and a public speaker. And most of all, I'm a storyteller. To me, everything is a story and everyone has a story to tell. It doesn't matter if you're an artist, an athlete, a writer, a filmmaker, or a designer, a startup, a big corporate, or a brand. There's always a narrative to share. The basic elements of all stories in all forms are always the same. That's because stories are equipment for living. They are concepts we live by, shared experiences that teach us something about how to overcome challenges in life. But there's a big difference between good and bad stories. Bad stories are tales about a perfect world, a perfect ideal, a perfect product. There's no such thing as perfect. Our minds are literally hardwired to recognize obstacles. The tougher the road, the more interesting the story. Great stories have movement, changes, choices. The journey is more important than the goal. And they use empathy to make an emotional connection. Feelings are what people remember. And those three major principles, the challenge, the journey, and the emotion, are in every successful story that mankind has ever made. If you want your story to stick, it's essential you nail it. That's why from the very first second in our masterclass, we start building on your story. And we conclude with the tips and tricks that make you a better storyteller. And it's not as hard as you think. You've been surrounded by stories your whole life. We'll show tons of examples from the oldest to the newest narratives in film, branding, literature. You'll recognize everything. So who are we to tell you this? Let's just say we're addicted to stories. Everything is a story and everyone has a story to tell.